I think it is completely fair to say that the OK magazine takes a sizable proportion of the blame for the inevitable, not to mention fairly soon, extinction of mankind. That probably sounds incredibly hyperbolic and slightly defamatory, but let me lay down some truth bombs upon your soul, my brother. OK magazine was a pioneer of the era of celebrity culture and a herald of a bleak future, a planet shorn of all life. I have travelled from the future to tell you this. Celebrity-focused magazines existed before, but it was usually tied in with whatever professional thing that the celebrity was doing, whether they be attending premieres for their movies, they were talking about their new fashion range, maybe they were hawking the sounds of whatever they had committed to vinyl disc with the sound of the air emerging from their lungs. Is it pleasant? Sometimes. Now, celebrity gossip and tittle-tattle existed separately from this thanks to the tabloid media. We knew what Burt Reynolds had been up to and which starlets had run their fingers through his wiry chest hair on his torso, but he didn't want us to know that any more than Cindy Crawford wanted photos of her knicker gusset as she emerged from a taxi underneath the Daily Star's headline banner on newsstands from Stranraer to Stevenage. OK magazine introduced a new aspect to this. It enabled celebrities for a fee to show the general public their personal lives, to show them round their marbled homes, to see them propped up against their Ferraris, to even invite their fans to their weddings, albeit a month late and only in pictorial form. OK magazine is the leader of the pack, the elder of the tittle-tattle tribe, oft imitated, equally matched by other magazines, I guess. Celebrity culture is vacuous and an absolute miserable state of affairs. It is, to me, end of civilization stuff. It has to be the point where alien scientists will come upon this husk of a planet and they will look upon the late 90s and beyond and go, what on earth is this nonsense? You see, it's no longer that you have to have something about you. You don't have to be able to sing, to act, or even look incredible. Being famous is no longer a side effect or a side hustle, if you will, either good or bad. It's increasingly becoming the end goal. Love Island contestants are sprinkled liberally across the collective mind circus on every black screen across the land. The Kardashians have dominated planet Earth in a way that their Star Trek namesakes could never have even dreamed of, mainly by looking identical to each other and courting Hollywood's glitterati. You can make a career daisy-chaining appearances on terrible identikit TV shows together, and no one will remember where you originally come from or what your talent actually is. It's a body of work that's so ugly it resembles an old cadaver floating down a dingy city canal. Is this old man screaming at the clouds kind of behaviour? It absolutely is. But it isn't celebrity culture itself that is world-ending. The culture of celebrity has got to the point where it's so bad that we're now putting them into places of governmental importance. We're all conditioned now. All that matters is fame. It doesn't matter your substance, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what you do. It only matters that you're famous. And we all aspire to be famous, but not all of us can be famous. And yet, it seems to me that a lot of us who shouldn't be famous are famous. It's a conundrum in itself. And OK magazine and its ilk stand at the beginning of this fire with matches in hand. It is they who are pleading Rylan to show us his stall in his gilded lavatory. Let's have an 18-page pullout of your pulled-out tampon, Miley Cyrus. Is this what you wanted for us, OK magazine? Are you happy with what you've done? Are you? Look at what you've done to this world, OK magazine. You absolute bastards. OK magazine was first published in the United Kingdom in 1993, concerning itself with the lives and loves of various celebrities and royals, and it proved to be very popular. Surprisingly, the demographic is fairly mixed, as you can see from this here graph by Statisia, published in 2020. Do you like graphs? That's a graphy graph. OK Magazine was so popular that it became the world's most popular celebrity lifestyle magazine, with more than 30 million readers across the planet. 20 different countries have it on their newsstands, and it's not places where you'd necessarily think. There are places like Bulgaria, Mongolia and Latvia. Do they have special editions for Latvia? I don't know why I'm asking you, I should have researched this better. But let's pretend that they do have their own version in Latvia, and that they had an 8-page pullout on Igor Stepanov's wedding in the Latvian version, and that he had lions and clowns and elephants and stuff there, and they ate, a suckling pig or something. Yes, if you were vaguely famous, even stroked by a distant feather of fame, and had a wedding in the offing, then you could monetize the happiest day of your life with OK Magazine by signing over the coverage rights to your nuptials. And people would apparently pay to read about it. I mean, I don't even like talking about weddings that I've been to, let alone paying money to read about people's weddings when I don't even know them or their guests. It's a different world. I'll never understand. But OK Magazine was not without its controversy. The magazine had a particularly dodgy 2009, for instance. In March of that year, OK published an official tribute issue to cancer-stricken Big Brother contestant Jade Goody, complete with captions such as "In Loving Memory" and 1981 to 2009. Nothing out of the ordinary really with that, publication rather crassly trying to make money from the death of one of their most featured stars is perhaps not great, but unfortunately they published that while she was still alive. In June, they paid an opportunistic ghoul $500,000 to use a picture of Michael Jackson's corpse being transported from his home to an ambulance outside on their cover, which is, to me, levels of ick that will never be washable off. Anyway, OK Magazine had a game on the DS, and it's a title that made the most of the broadened appeal of the Nintendo machine's hardware. As discussed ages ago in the Russell Grant's Astrology and Alan Carr's Stop Smoking episode, the brain training game and the easy stylus control had brought fresh eyes to gaming, and there were plenty of brands and titles that looked to harness this mass market penetration. Misses. The title was published by Ubisoft and released exclusively in the UK and Ireland. Aren't we lucky? Cheshire-based coders Team 3 Games had formed with the DS and applications on it, with software based on Doctor Who Top Trumps, an organiser called Diary Girl, and the 3-title Puzzle World franchise in their back catalogue. There is a sort of pseudo-story behind this too, believe it or not. You've been made the new editor-in-chief of OK Magazine, and you're tasked with getting the next 12 periodicals onto newsagents' shelves. This will be achieved by completing 20 different puzzles per issue, with 5 puzzles unlocking a new part of the latest edition's cover. All puzzles must be completed to finish the issue and move on to the next magazine, because, it would be a bit slapdash to put a unfinished magazine onto a newsagent's shelf. The puzzles are a mixture of brain teaser types with a lean towards the kind of fare that you would actually find in the last few pages of your typical OK Magazine. You know what I'm talking about. Spot the difference, word searches, crossword puzzles. There's even an appearance by Christopher Lee's Star Wars character's wife. Sudoku. Thank you. After each puzzle is completed, you're rewarded with a card with the choice of 3 stars to rub off. Misses. Don't worry, you're not offering happy endings to Coronation Street actors. It's a scratch card. Behind each star is a series of different quantities of points. These points can be traded in on any of the puzzles for hints if you get really stuck or if you're absolutely awful at Sudoku like I am. None of the puzzles should be that taxing, even if you're as bad at Sudoku as I am. And the game offers plenty of points to trade in for hints if you end up droolingly baffled by the riddles presented to you. Presentation wise, it's unspectacular. Celebrity photos do crop up, but sparingly, and you'll spend much of the game staring at grids. To be honest, for the type of application this game is trying to emulate, it's probably better that it doesn't look too flashy. An initial problem you may struggle with is figuring out how the game likes you to write. It doesn't interpret the finished image of your handwriting so much as the order of the strokes that you've made. Often you'll end up with the DS being unable to pass what the letter B is, for instance, or you'll be halfway through writing an E and it'll just go, see, right you are, governor, I see it is, I'm going to put that into the puzzle for you. It's all very erasable and you can fix it, but it can be a little bit frustrating. There is a neat feature where you can teach the program how you write letters and numbers, but it's very time consuming, so it's almost better to just learn how the game likes you to write characters rather than the other way around. 240 puzzles are on offer here, which sounds fairly decent, doesn't it? Though probably not when compared with the bumper compendiums you can buy at your local The Works store, for instance. That said, if you've got an interest in late 2000s era celebrities, you're planning on a relaxing sunbathing holiday when you're not going to be moving very much, and you have a habit of losing pens and books, then boy has this game got you covered. It's specifically made for you. It says Ron Seal as a seal called Ronald. It does exactly what it sets out to do, which is further the decline of the Western civilization via the medium of celebrity culture puzzles. I'm still blaming you, OK Magazine, for all of this. You'll even get celebrity facts as the game saves. That's nice, isn't it? Oh, and it did teach me what a drindle is. It is a dress. The only review I could find from this of the time is from old crazy person worrying Newsmith's The Daily Express, who took time out from their daily articles about Maddie and Princess Diana and Snowmageddon to tell us that they reckon that fans of OK Magazine will jump at the chance to put themselves in the driving seat and create their own version of the magazine, while puzzle fans will be impressed with the choice of brain teasers. This is an easy and enjoyable game for celebrity gossip gurus and puzzle fans alike. Nicholas Warburt's, the guy who reviewed it, may well have gone a little bit overboard though, as he awarded it a 5 out of 5 in April 2010. New Super Mario Bros? Pah! Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow? Move over, Drax. Phoenix Wright? Don't let the door hit you, Buster. We all know that OK Puzzle Stars is the real deal on the Nintendo DS, don't we? Now, enough of this tittle-tattle and hook'em magazines of flannel and nothingness. I want to go and see a real apocalypse. I want to go and read about it in a comic book, a British comic book at that. Let's go and have a look at Rogue Trooper on the old 8-bit computers. Like, subscribe. Okay, thanks, bye.